Welcome back. This is Jake, and today I want to talk about some triplet moves and some 16th moves that we can perform on one string by going through different scales on pretty much any string we want. This is a really cool technique that gets you a lot of speed very easily and very quickly, and it's also one of those nice things that you can plot out when you're writing solos or when you're improvising. Just a very applicable, fast-sounding, interesting lick. All right, so let's get right into it. Essentially, what we're going to do is we're going to take any scale we want, and we're going to set it up to be played on one string. So today, I'm going to pick minor, all right? And I will do it on the second string, all right? And remember, I could do this in any key, any string. So if I want to play the B minor scale, like I said, I'm starting on the second string, and second string is B, so if I want to build a minor scale, it's going to be the open, and then it's going to be the second fret, and then the third fret, and then the fifth fret, and then the seventh, and then the eighth, and the 10th, and the 12th, okay? 0, 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 10, 12. That is my B minor scale. Now, if you didn't know that, you could just know this formula of whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, and that'll get you any minor scale anywhere on your guitar, all right? But the reason I'm starting on an open string is because I'm going to be using these pull-offs to get me around to different notes, all right? So I want to pull off to this open B as often as possible, and basically here's how I'm going to do my pull-off. Let's start on 7, on the 7th fret, with your index finger, and I'm going to do a downstroke with my pick, and then I'm going to do a pull-off, all right? Then I'm going to do an upstroke on that same open string. And that's it. It's a 3-note pattern. I do a down, a pull-off, and an upstroke. A down, a pull-off, and an upstroke. Down, pull-off, up. Down, pull-off, up. Down, up, down, up, down. You hear that? It's a cool little pattern. Very easy to speed up. All right? And if you really look at what's happening with my right hand, all your right hand's doing is just that simple little up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And all your left hand is doing is just pull off, pull off, pull off, pull off. So in isolation, each one of these hands is doing very simple work. Synchronizing them together is where the practice comes in. So start slow and start building up your speed after that. I would do it with all of your fingers on that same fret, all right? Try it with your ring finger, try it with your pinky, all right? And once you're comfortable with the actual pattern, then you can start doing this next step, which is to go up the scale and to go down the scale, all right? So I'll start on the second note of the scale, which is 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 10, 12, back down the scale just like that. All right, you're going to hear this a lot in a lot of old school metal stuff. Off the top of my head, the first song I can think of is Lost for Words by Iron Maiden. I know that they do this on the first string, and they do this cool, interesting pattern. So imagine if I'm in E minor, all right? I'll just do the same thing on the first string, going up that. Now what they do is they start on the high E, and then they jump down to the 7th fret, and then they go through this very easy, consistent pattern where you just go up a note, and then you skip back a note, and you go up a note, and then you skip back a note, and you go up, and then skip back and go up. So you'll have 12, 7, 8, 5, 7, 3, 5, 2. Again, 7, 8, 5, 7, 3, 5, 2, 12. All right. Now, if I take the same idea and put it down on the low string, I can get some stuff that doesn't sound much like a lead guitar. It sounds more riffage, you know, something like you would write in a heavy metal song. Check that out. All right, pretty neat. Now, major, okay, you can hear how you can guess how much brighter this would sound if I used a major scale instead. So let's listen to E major. All right, very bright, very almost Irish sounding, all right? What I want to talk about next is not just doing a triplet pattern, 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, but turning this into a 16th note pattern, all right? And in order to do that, all we have to do is add in a few extra pick strokes. Check it out. I'll do, let's start back where we started originally, the 7th fret on the 2nd string, and I did my downstroke, and I did my pull-off, and then instead of doing an upstroke, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a down and an up, all right? So it's a down, pull-off, down, up. Down, pull off, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down. All right, and that's our new pattern right there. Basically, if I take that and move it around, I can count 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E. Okay, again on the first string. All right. Combining them together would be kind of hard unless you really know what you're doing, because 4 and 3 isn't always going to add up to a 16th note's a grouping of 4 and a triplet's a grouping of 3. So if you're going to blend them together, try to make sure that they add up to something in 16. Like what if I did 4 groupings of 3, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then I'll just end with a grouping of 16th notes, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. That exact pattern, I did an entire video just on that rhythm pattern. It's such a common thing, so you should check that out. But check it out. I'll do the triplet pattern 4 times, and then 1 grouping of the 16th note, and that will add up to 16 total, and that means it'll take up a whole measure. So listen, here's the 3s, and then the 4. All right, so it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, if I start adding that in, maybe on a lower string, and I try and turn it into some riff territory, and move around the notes instead, I'll stay in A minor now. I'll do All right, that sounds pretty cool. That's a pretty awesome little riff that I just made up on the spot just by using a very simple pattern that I've practiced a bunch of times. So you can see the versatility here. It's not just lead, it's not just rhythm. It's good for your technique because you're going to have to get your right hand on those consistent pick stroke patterns, and you can get some cool melodic sounding, useful riffs out of this when you're all said and done with it. So hopefully this gives you something fun to work on, and I wanted to upload a little something quick here before. Right now I'm working on a very, very long video regarding Dream Theater and the song Metropolis Part 1, and that's taking up a lot of time. So I wanted to get something out for you guys, and hopefully this will satiate your appetite until next time around. Okay? Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.